what's the goal for Nish Sharma Professional Visa Education Services? Also personal goals, you know, I know we see each other at the gym quite a lot. What are now some of your outside visions for this year?
Okay, so talking about professional visa and education services, I think we are kind of strategizing ourselves to become more customer centric, so which means we are implementing more systems, we are providing more training to our staff, so that we are engaged and we connect with our client properly. And also, as an industry leader, I do have the responsibility to find a clearer and easy pathway of permanent residency for our clients. And also, as I said in my previous video as well, as a legal person, my personal goal is to also start exploring the horizon into other area of law, for example, criminal law, construction, property law and whatnot. So yeah, that will be my personal goal for this year. And then I've already started a Melbourne branch, so I'm not looking forward to do too many projects this year. So I guess whatever the projects I've started 2023, I think this year will be more about nurturing and giving them water and the whatever the food they need to grow.
Awesome. Just real quick, I saw you brought in your son the other day.
Yes.
Dressed in the suit. Yeah. How does he like come into the office?
Yeah, so he was very excited to come to work because he's on a school holiday. So he spent some time with me. He started consulting with some clients, and then I told him to make some notes. And I think he's only 7 years old, and I think my philosophy is to get them in early so that they know exactly what their father's doing, so that by the time he's 10 or 15. Well, I was surprised he always started talking about visa subclasses when he was 7, and I was asking all these questions about what was the situation of this particular client, and he started answering me all about, she only had the visa until May 2024. And I said, what did daddy do then? So what do you think will be the solution? And he goes, we just got to extend her a student visa because she's still studying. And that blew my mind, because she was still studying and she needs to extend the visa. And it was a nice and quick solution for the client, but that he already understands the concept of visa and citizenship. And then we had a very long-winded conversation on the way home, because he didn't understand the concept of why someone needs visa to stay in a country. And that was quite deep for me to answer that question, like why we still need visa to travel around the world, because we live in one world, but we have already sort of set up a territory, and then we've designed things like visa. And that was a very deep question from my son to say, why do people need visa to come to Australia? And I had the legal answer for that, but then I didn't have the philosophical answer for that one, so he got me there.
Hey guys, I'm here at the headquarters of Pro Visa Services, where you can get first-class professional service. You see, life is all about the service that you provide other people. How can you obsess over other people's problems? How could you obsess in the finer details in order to achieve your dreams? As a first-generation African immigrant, know what it's like to live here in Australia. The beauty, the life, being able to see my loved ones every single day. And we know so many other people want to be able to share and cultivate that experience. Well, here at Pro Visa Services, you get just that, a family environment where you're able to make your dreams come true. Make sure to follow Pro Visa Services and the Rabasha Family Podcast. What was the philosophical answer?
Philosophical answer would be more of a fact that, I don't know, I think he was more coming from the angle saying, why people are constrained from travel from one place to another place. There shouldn't be any discrimination. There shouldn't be any law that's preventing free human rights to move wherever they want to move. But again, we humans have actually put some barriers and constraints in place. So that's where he was coming from. But then my legal answer was like, no, because we are protecting Australia from people coming in and taking away. It's almost like if you have an intruder coming into your house, they're not welcome. But if someone asks you that I'm coming for a dinner and you invited the guests, so they get the visa to stay in our house until they have a dinner and all that kind of stuff. And that's how I sort of made him understood what's the visa is all about. And he asked me why he doesn't need a visa, and I said, you're a citizen here. And I'm like, and then he started asking, why am I so privileged to have the citizen? Then I sort of started talking about, because you inherited that from your parents and all that. So it was quite an interesting conversation.
Wow, I think it's so fascinating. I just want to touch on two things real quick. So like I had this conversation with my dad, and he was saying that like, everywhere you go, there's trees, there's earth. You know, people say, get out of my country.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is God's land. This is, you know, everywhere is the same. Everywhere you go, there's a sky, there's trees. So also, like for your son, you know, that imagination, a child has that curiosity, but why? And I think to be able to talk with your son and have that, you know, explanation, but also have, you know, two answers for him as well. And then again, like for you to bring your son in here, I love that, because it's like for your son, like your dad's your hero. So for him to come in and see what you do, and that's why he's observant, he sees what you do, he sees the suit, and you know, he was also looking fresh.
Yeah,
so like
he wanted to go and get a suit just so he can look exactly like me.
Oh, so he said, can we go?
Yes.
Oh, really?
He actually encourages his mum to go and buy a suit, and then he actually deliberately chooses a plain shirt, because I always wear a plain shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, I think there's a lot of life lessons that I think people can learn from that, and you know, I guess just exploring their imagination, you know, and you know, you, like you said, teach them young. The same for me. For my kids, they're going football training young, they're seeing me coming to work, because I think to be able to pass down your legacy.
Absolutely.
You know? I know you're watching this video, but real quick, please guys, please make sure you take the time to like, share and subscribe.
If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to click here, and I'm sure you're gonna love that one.